Suddenly focused national attention.
Here, I'm asking for £1 each way. That's all. That's the sum of it. I'm not in the habit of running up debts. Look, might I point out to you, sir, that I've been in your establishment several times this week. Simply, if you had any business sense at all, sir, any acumen, you would value regular custom. It happens to be Saturday afternoon. The banks are closed. Very well, I shall take my business elsewhere.
Somebody's got you going.
Oh, I can't stand petty people, my dear. I say, I wonder, would you do me the greatest kindness?
It's a new line.
What?
Never mind, go on.
Oh, you must think I'm always asking favours, but the fact is, you see, I'm rather stuck. The wife's out, and I'm expecting a rather important telephone call.
Straight from the stable?
Oh, no, nothing like that, no. But the point is, I daren't leave the telephone, if you see what I mean.
Go on, then.
Well, it's simply I wondered, as you're going out, I mean, I don't want to put you to any great trouble.
You don't half go around the houses, don't you?
Quite right. So sorry, my dear. To the point, James. Would you be so kind as to pop into the betting shop for me?
Me?
It's one of my little weaknesses.
I wouldn't know what to do.
A self-explanatory, my dear. You'll find a stack of forms.
All right, then. I don't mind.
I've heard this whisper of a little filly in the 2:30 called Jeff's Choice.
But it's nearly that now.
Precisely, my dear. Hence my small panic. £1 each way will go down very nicely. Very much obliged to you.
Hey, doesn't that mean I'll need £2 then? £1 each way? Or have you got an account or something?
Oh, yes, of course. So sorry, my dear. Now then, damn and blast. I must have put it down somewhere. Look, we can't hang about. Here's 50 pence. It will have to do.
Huh.
Better put it on straight, I think.
What does that mean?
50 pence to win.
So you won't get anything if it comes second?
Oh, I understand that, yes. But the buzz is it will romp home.
My dad used to say it were a mug's game.
Oh, not always, my dear. Not if you study form. I'll tell you what, we'll share the winnings. How about that?
That's great. See you.
You all right, Mrs Beale? Good afternoon to you.
She's not in.
No,
She's round the corner buying the cats and food. I've just seen her.
I heard a noise.
She leave that door open then? That's not like her.
I thought perhaps you see that she might have taken a fall. I mean, one really needs to keep an eye on these. I think perhaps I better lock it. Except she's got her key. Probably the cat. There was a chair on its side over by... Are you having a party?
Hadn't thought of it. No, I've just been doing the domestic bits, you know, stocking up the larder.
Ah, yes, no, how it must be. I've always thought life is rather hard on you bachelor chappies. Shopping share hell in mine. Not that I didn't enjoy my freedom when I had it.
Oh, I've done the marriage bit.
Oh, have you indeed? Oh, that's most interesting.
No, not really.
Do you know, funny enough, I said to the wife that chappie downstairs has got something about him.
Yeah, it's old deodorant, actually.
I say, you wouldn't, care for a drink now, would you?
Well,
I've got a bottle upstairs. We could try.
You sure?
Absolutely, old boy. It's the wife's out. We can have a quiet glass or two.
All right, why not? Just the one, though.
Right. You know where we are.
Yes, I'll just ditch this lot.
And, you've been married? Divorced?
Not long ago.
What went wrong? I mean, unless it's two. I mean, please don't let me...
I'm the last person to ask, I should think. I made a mistake. Rather, we made a mistake.
Many people do, old boy. It's not uncommon.
She's a funny lady. Attractive, but ambitious with it. She was a pusher. That sums it up, yes, she was a pusher. Way ahead of me. I'm not your managerial material. I'm not your officer class, you see.
They're strange creatures, though, I must admit.
Officers? Yeah. Oh, present company and all that.
I meant women, actually, old boy.
God bless them.
I'm into that. Now, a thing to remember, Brian, if my advice is of any use to you.
Please, please.
Women are like children. So long as things happen in a pattern, they remain undisturbed, content.
You reckon?
You take Faye, my wife, for example. I mean, it's a small thing, but it illustrates the point. I always buy her flowers. Every weekend. Regular as clockwork.
Yeah?
Oh, it signifies, it's a sign, I suppose, of continued affection, respect, interest, really. Now, if I were to drop the habit, she would immediately assume, because like all other women, she's hysterical and melodramatic, that I, you know, was having a bit on the side, or worse, that I'd actually cease to have any affection for her whatsoever. So, every weekend, flowers.
Where are they?
What?
Weekend now, isn't it?
Oh, good God. I knew there was something. Hell's teeth.
I think you are going to be for it.
Oh, I'm always on one, old boy.
You know, it's really very amusing.
Oh, I wish I could see it.
There you are. You sat there analysing women and look at you. You're scared to death.
Not so far from the truth, either.
There's a flower seller in the main shopping street. She operates on that corner where the buses turn.
Oh, splendid. Oh, well, thank you. Oh,
She's there every Saturday. She's a bit pricey, but there you go.
oh, well, beggars can't be choosers. I'll pop down, and I'm very much obliged to you for noticing.
My wife used to say that all men are moral cowards.
Well, I'm anxious, old boy, because, well, to be frank, my good lady has not been too well lately. I don't want to upset her.
Well, I didn't mean you. I mean, not particularly.
Ah, my dear. I'm just having a neighbourly drink with my very good friend Brian here. Had a good day?
Yes, thank you. You must excuse me just a moment.
I say, old boy, you couldn't lend me a fiver, could you? Must get those flowers, or life won't be worth living. I haven't got a bean on me, as it happens. Just, while she's in the bathroom.
£3, ain't it good?
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I'll let you have it back first thing tomorrow morning.
Right, don't worry.
As soon as the bank's open there, I'll be first on the doorstep.
Yes, well, you'll have a bit of a wait. Tomorrow's Sunday.
Ah, yes. Monday morning, on the dot.
Fair enough.
Stay and finish your drink. I shan't be more than 10 minutes.
Someone's been in my room. They've taken my purse.
Oh, sit down.
Someone's been in.
Sit down, Mrs. Beale.
I got to the shop and found I'd left my purse behind. I came back and it's gone. Someone's been in.
Please, sit down, Mrs. Beale. Now, are you sure you couldn't have left it somewhere?
Of course I'm sure. I'm not daft. It's wicked taking my money like that. I've only got my pension and the little bit Frank left me. How am I going to manage? It's all right for some people who work. What about me?
What's happening?
It would appear, my dear, that Mrs. Beale has mislaid her
It's
purse.
been stolen. Someone's taken it.
Mrs. Beale, are you quite sure?
Certain. I know where I left it. It broke in. Through the window. Must have. I was only gone 10 minutes. He must have been watching and spying all the time. I told you can't be too careful. 10 minutes I was gone.
Do you see anything?
See what, old boy?
Well, when you were in there?
I heard a noise. I heard a noise in your room, Mrs. Beale. I looked in.
How do you mean?
I didn't know what it was. Of course, it was a crash of some kind. I was very concerned. I mean, one likes to be a Christian, a good neighbour, and you see, my dear, I thought you might have taken a fall, so I took the liberty of looking in.
But the door was locked. I always lock it. You don't catch me going out and leaving the door open. I know too much about what goes on round here.
No, but believe me...
Have you talked to the police?
Oh, that's a bit premature, isn't it, old boy? I mean, don't you think we should ascertain whether or not something is actually missing before we call in the law?
Don't you tell me what's missing and what's not. I know, all right, he took my purse. That's what's missing. And I always lock my door. If it was open, he must have done it. He must have broke in through the window and then opened the door to get out.
There was a chair on its side over by the window.
That's what there would be, wouldn't there? Anyway, it was locked all right when I got home.
Yes, well, I think you'd better talk to the police. It's the best thing.
And don't you tell me I left it open, because I didn't. I'm very particular about that.
Perhaps somebody found it and then handed it in. Well, it is possible. It's worth a try.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Come on, I'll ring them for you.
I'm all a tremble now. Shakes you a thing like this.
Yes, it must do.
Come on. I'll let you know how we get on.
Oh, we'd be most grateful.
Good luck.
And please, if there's anything we can do, we'd be only too delighted.
So, well, where do you reckon you left it then?
Just there.
Look, Mrs. Beale, are you absolutely certain? I mean, are you sure you haven't mislaid it?
It's been taken, Brian. That window was shut and now it's open. Someone's been in and taken it.
What were you doing down there anyway?
What? I told you I heard something.
What, from here? Must have been a hell of a noise. James, look at me. James! Look at me.
This is new, isn't it? I mean, you've never actually accused me of stealing before. Cheating, yes. Oh, cheating. You've never actually accused me of theft. I mean, I take it that is what you're suggesting. You're suggesting that I've got the old woman's purse.
No, of course not.
No.
What kind of noise was it?
What do you mean, what kind of noise? It was a noise. A sound, a crash of some kind. As it turned out, it was probably the chair falling over.
You didn't knock it over,
No, I did not.
but you were in the room.
I heard something, Faye. And I assumed the old woman had collapsed, fallen over, God knows. There was no answer when I called out, so I looked in.
Because the door was open.
Yes. There was no sign of life, but there was this chair lying on its side over by the window, and the window was open. I presume the cat had done it. I mean, Brian will tell you the same.
Well, he was with you, was he?
Well, yes.
That's not the impression he gave.
He came in just as I was...
So he wasn't actually with you?
I told him about it.
And he didn't actually hear the noise?
No, I don't suppose he did.
Well, did he or didn't he?
No.
Mrs. Beale said the door was locked when she got back.
Well, of course it was locked. I locked it.
Why? I mean, what had it got to do with you?
It was quite obvious she'd forgotten it. I mean, it seemed the most sensible kindness, I thought.
You still haven't told me what you were doing down there
No.
in the first...
I'm damn well not going to.
Well, you couldn't hear any noise.
If you
from
can't
here.
trust me,
No, I don't think I can.
thank you.
You surprised? Oh, good idea. You run while you've still got time.
I'm not running.
Well, I've always lied for you in the past, haven't I, Washam?
There's nothing to lie about.
I'm glad to hear it. So if the police come for a statement, what shall I tell them? They will, you know.
If the police come, I shall tell them exactly what happened.
And when I say I know that you're telling the truth because you haven't got a penny on you, that will be right, will it?
You're perfectly well aware of my financial situation, Faye, which is more than I can say of yours.
What does that mean?
You had 40 or 50 pounds in your drawer this morning. Where did it come from? I haven't touched it. How could I? I am very curious.
You've no business.
Why not? Going independent all of a
You're to
sudden, are
leave
we?
my things alone. I thought we agreed.
I've always shared everything in the past.
I no longer want half of your debts, James, or a part in your crime.
If I'd wanted money, I could have taken that, now couldn't I?
It's a wonder to me that you didn't.
Where did it come from? Your dear sister Marjorie?
It's the last she's giving me.
You said that before.
Well, it is. I won't be needing it anymore.
Why not?
I trust you to turn the tables, James. We weren't discussing my problems. Now, I want to know about this purse of Mrs. Beale's.
There's nothing to know. I haven't got it. I didn't take it. If she can forget her door, she can forget that too. She could have left it somewhere, dropped it, anything.
Oh, I might have known that you'd managed to blame her.
It's not a question of blame. It is a perfectly reasonable supposition.
You're good at it, aren't you? It's like that time you made me sell the car in Bulawayo. I mean, you made me sell it.
Oh, for God's sake, did you ever give up?
No.
Day in, day out.
Well, what do you expect, indifference? I was the one that got arrested.
It was perfectly sensible that we should try to sell the car.
It would not have seemed so sensible if I had known you hadn't completed the hire purchase payments on it.
Now you're going to end up with a breakdown.
Quite possibly.
The past is the past. Things didn't turn out as well as they might. If they had, you could be sitting in the lap of luxury by now.
Oh, I doubt it, James. You'd have made a different mistake in another place.
We were unlucky.
I was.
Why can't I shut the window?
No, don't touch it, Mrs. Beale. The police might want to dust it for fingerprints.
They take the time, don't they?
Now, sit down. It shouldn't be long now.
Nobody puts themselves out these days, and that's the truth of it.
Police are run off their feet.
Yes. Sitting in fancy cars.
Dick's offered me a job. I said I'd take it.
What job?
He waited in especially to see me. That's why I shan't need to bother Marjorie anymore.
What kind of job?
It'll certainly help.
What job is it?
It'll mean going out early, but I don't mind.
Faye, you've never gone to work in your life. What on earth can you do?
Earn enough to keep us out of trouble.
Doing what?
Does it matter?
I'm asking.
Get the mugs, will you? I'll make some tea.
You're going to tell me or not?
I start on Monday. It's short notice, but we need it, James. You know we do.
What's he paying?
The going rate? Well, that's what he says it is. It's as much as he can, I know.
Oh, sure. Well known for his generosity, isn't he?
Well, you've had enough out of him.
He never ceases to remind me. How much is he paying?
20.
How much?
£20, I told you.
£20? £20 a week? What the hell for?
For looking after their house.
What?
Marjorie's going back to work.
Oh, is she? Well, she can damn well think again. It's not on.
I knew you'd behave like this.
£20 a week for two people to live on?
So what's your answer? When are you starting work?
I mean, she's asked you to cook and clean and skivvy.
That's right.
And you've agreed?
Yes.
You mean you're actually...
I mean that it is work, James. It is money. Money honestly earned. It's not conned or borrowed or stolen. It is earned, James. I don't expect you to know what that means. We'll eat decently and we'll get out of this hole.
Oh, well, at that price we won't, thank you very much. I'm not having you on your hands and knees scrubbing floors, particularly not his floors.
I am going, James, on Monday, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yes?
Can't you see I'm in the middle of washing?
Hello. How did it get on? Have you heard?
No, I haven't.
Just wondered, you know. Quite exciting, really, wasn't it? I've never been in a betting shop before. See ya. Oh, there's your betting slip thing. It's quite easy, really, wasn't it? Let us know if it wins. Ta-ra.
So we've got a little runner now, have we?
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
What shall I call her?
It's pure chance. She was... I bumped into her.
In Mrs Beale's room?
We happened to be talking outside on the... Good God, I'm allowed to go to the bathroom, aren't I? Well, she just happened to say that she was putting something on, so... Well,
How much?
Norman or more of a joke, anything.
Oh, quite.
Or something, you know, to...
How much, James?
A few pence. 50 pence. That's all I had.
All you had?
Yes.
So you put it on a horse?
Well, I knew you had some money, so we'd be on. Good God, Faye, it wasn't worth bothering about 50 pence, good heavens.
Show me the slip.
I've told you how much it was.
Was all this before or after you heard the noise downstairs? I sometimes wish. Sometimes, James, when you're out, I lie here, wishing you were dead. Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. I just popped up to tell you that all's well downstairs.
Oh, come in.
No, I won't stop. I'm making Mrs Beale a cuppa.
What happened?
Well, the police nabbed a young fella.
Oh, that's what I thought.
He'd been to about half a dozen houses in 10 minutes flat, but they got him.
Good. What about the money?
Oh, she'll get that back eventually. The young idiot still had the purse on him. Well, that's that.
Oh, how will she manage for the weekend? Has she got any money?
Oh, I shouldn't worry. No, she's a fly old bird. Knowing her, she's probably got a box full of money under the bed.
Well, thank you anyway for letting us know.
Yes, indeed, yes. And please, if there's anything we can do, anything at all, we're only too delighted. I'm going out.